Lightweight Roberto Elizando, as we continue with more of today's scheduled 10-rounder between lightweights Cornelius Boza Edwards and Roberto Elizando is the fact that it may affect two divisions, both the super lightweights and the lightweights. And of course, Alexis Arguello, Samuel Serranos, they're all watching with anticipation today because of the question mark: can Cornelius Boza Edwards come back, and can Roberto Elizando come back from a broken jaw? World lightweight champion. Early in the fight, Arguello broke his jaw, but Roberto fought on. Finally, Arguello rattled Elizando for good in the 7th round with a right hand. After 16 straight wins, Elizando was beaten. He spent the next 16 months with his jaw wired, living on a liquid diet. I talked with him yesterday. Roberto, 7 months ago in this very ring, you had your jaw fractured by Alexis Arguello. Now you're returning. Any doubts in your mind about the durability of your chin?
No, I don't have no doubts in my mind. I've been training real hard for this fight. That will is already in my past, you know. I wanted to win so bad. He broke my jaw in the 2nd round. I had a lot of pain, but it's all in my past now. Now I'm ready for this fight.
The principals for today's fight are in the ring. Here's Bill Kaplan.
Presents the main event of the day from the beautiful Showboat Hotel in Las Vegas. The next event features lightweights, and it's scheduled for 10 rounds or less. Introducing first, in the red corner, fighting out of Anaheim, California, weighing in at 135 pounds, wearing the red trunks with the white stripes, the number 5 lightweight in the world from the Jackie McCoy stables, Roberto Elizando. And fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the white trunks, the former WBC super featherweight champion, currently ranked number 1 contender in that division, weighing 134.5 pounds. From Uganda by way of London, now fighting out of Las Vegas, managed by the great Mickey Duff, weighing 134.5, Cornelius Boza Edwards.
Referee Joey Curtis now with the final instructions. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape for both of these lightweights. Virtually the same, actually the same age. Their height is almost the same, so is their weight, with Boza Edwards just a half-pound lighter, and the reach is virtually the same. Here in Nevada, they'll score it on the 10-point must system. Referee Joey Curtis will not be involved in the scoring. The 3 judges at ringside will. And they are Hal Miller, Chuck Minker, and Dave Moretti. There's been controversy in this town about scoring vis-a-vis the Holmes-Cooney fight. So we're underway. Boza Edwards in the white, the southpaw, taking on Roberto Elizando in the red. Now, Elizando has got a tough body attack. And yesterday, Boza Edwards told me that he will outbox him and keep him from coming inside. That's the challenge for Boza Edwards and the challenge for Elizando as well. And we can see that Elizando opens up with a body attack. The reason why Boza Edwards has stepped up from super featherweight to lightweight in this bout, going to 134.5 pounds, is because he wants top flight competition. He has won 4 in a row since losing his title last August to Rolando Navarrete. And so in his quest to return to the summit, he wants high caliber opponents, and he's willing to take the risk against Elizando, who is rated number 7 as far as the WBC is concerned in the lightweight division.
Keep up there, keep up there.
We're in the opening round. Very little work for the referee Joey Curtis, who is in his 20th year of officiating as the 3rd man in the ring. He has worked 8 championship fights. I want to remind you that we have more track and field in store for you tomorrow here on ABC. On Wide World of Sports, beginning at 4:30 Eastern, 3:30 Central, and Pacific, the U.S. Outdoor Track and Field Championships from Knoxville, Tennessee. Among the participants, Carl Lewis, Billy Olson, and Evelyn Ashford. Quiet opening round here. Both fighters trying to establish themselves. Boza Edwards is confident that his southpaw style will be difficult for Elizando. Corny's best punch is the straight left hand. A big right hook delivered by Elizando, and he has gotten off first here in the opening round. A lead right hand.
Now let's get out. Step back, let's box.
What both of these fighters have in common is that both have been knocked out by Alexis Arguello. And that's not too shabby, because he is a world champion and most people agree one of the all-timers. Now that time Elizando tried to lead right, but it was picked off by Corny. So far, Roberto hasn't been able to really work inside on Boza Edwards. Remember that Elizandro's last fight was in November when he suffered a broken jaw at the hands of Arguello. And of course the big question mark, is his chin okay? So an inconclusive opening round except for a lead right by Roberto. We'll be back here in Las Vegas after this pause. Round 2 in Las Vegas. Cornelius Boza Edwards in the white trunks. Roberto Elizando in the red, and he connects again with the right hand and does a rat-a-tat-tat on the stomach of Corny. Everybody expected Elizando to go immediately inside and work the body. That's his strength. But he's been chipping away from outside. Still early in the bout. You heard the ring announcer, Phil Kaplan, say that Elizando was rated 5th by the WBC. In fact, he is rated 7th among the lightweights. Elizando has been successful with lead right hands. He has thrown the more powerful punches. So the crowd's alive after an action-packed second round. We are looking into the corner of Roberto Elizando, and we apologize for any disruption in the telecast because of a power failure here in Las Vegas at the Showboat Hotel, but everything's A-OK now. Elizando is a heavy underdog in this fight because of the reputation of Boza Edwards and because he was the champion amongst the super featherweights only last summer. But he has a very good reputation as a body puncher. There you see how many days he hasn't fought in. It was actually since last November. And you can imagine how difficult it is for a professional boxer to come back from a broken jaw. We're in the corner of Boza Edwards. His trainer, George Francis. His manager, Mickey Duff. Stoic-looking expression as Boza Edwards comes out for round 3. There's a case to be made that Elizando won the first 2 rounds. I thought the first one was sort of even, but he certainly sparkled in the second. So instead of a slugfest toe-to-toe, we got a boxing match in the opening 2 rounds. A left hook by Elizando found the mark on the right side of Boza Edwards' face. Roberto off to a very crisp start.
Let's get out. Nicely clean on left box.
And Elizando headhunting instead of working the body a lot more. They trade left hooks. Elizando connecting to the body and now to the head. Now we're getting into what we expected. Toe-to-toe, both fighters working the body. A right uppercut by Boza Edwards. Boza with a left hand to the right side of Roberto.
Watch out.
Both fighters very warm individuals. They're very gracious to each other, very polite before fight time, but it certainly is different now in the ring. And here in the 3rd round, we have seen them really tattoo each other with some body work. We're halfway through the round. A good straight left hand to the solar plexus delivered by Boza Edwards. Boza with a lead left hand, and we have almost our first major clinch for Joey Curtis. Bit of a left hook by Elizando that was off the high on the head of Boza Edwards. Roberto Elizando, originally from Corpus Christi, moved to Los Angeles, and under the tutelage of Jackie McCoy after his 11th professional fight, really came on strongly. Won 16 in a row before he lost to Alexis Arguello on a knockout last November. Boza Edwards lost his super featherweight title last August. Since then has won 4 in a row, including the European Championship, and none of his 4 opponents saw the 6th round. A right hook by Boza Edwards. That was his best punch so far. Right on the chin of Elizando. A lead left hand by Boza Edwards. Again on the chin of Elizando. So Boza Edwards now doing some sharpshooting as we head for the bell, and he connects with a left hand. We'll be right back. In the white with a left hand right on the face of Roberto Elizando just before the bell, ending the 3rd round. This is round 4, scheduled for 10. Lead right hand by Elizando, kind of short. The 3rd round was a sparkler for Boza Edwards as he began to measure Elizando and connect. Good left hand to the body by Boza Edwards. Boza with a left uppercut to the face of Elizando. Elizando eats a left hand. This is not Roberto's game. He's too far away from Boza Edwards, but it is indeed the way Boza Edwards likes to fight. He likes to bring that left hand behind the jab. Elizando's nose is bleeding, and so is his left cheekbone. Unless Roberto changes his ways, he's going to be a victim here for Boza Edwards. He cannot outbox Boza Edwards from this far away. There's blood smeared on the left side of Elizando's face, and the cut could be higher than the cheekbone. It could be near the eye. A left to the body, and it was kind of low, and Boza was sorry for it. A good left hand by Elizando, but a countering shot by Boza Edwards. Elizando came back with a right hand, and this one's really heating up. Lots of blood around the left eye of Roberto Elizando. They've got lots of work during the break. It looks like it's right under the left eye, high on the cheekbone. So an important development here in round 4. Joey Curtis warning Boza Edwards about holding his opponent and hitting at the same time. Elizando remains on the outside. Boza Edwards now picking away at that cut near the left eye of Elizando. A left to the body by Boza Edwards. They talked about Elizando's body attack. Boza Edwards, who, by the way, has a washboard stomach, can really deal out some punishment on the inside. A right uppercut by Boza Edwards. A left hook by Elizando. Tough 3 minutes for Roberto, and they've got to work on him. We'll be back for round 5 after this. Comes out for round 5 after his handlers worked on him furiously in his corner. Jackie McCoy working on a cut high on the left cheekbone. They had a visit from the referee, Joey Curtis, who said if the cut continues to bleed badly, he will stop this fight. So Boza Edwards in the white poking away with the right hand, using his jab, trying to reopen the cut. Tough break for Roberto Elizando. Lead right hand, and he scored, splitting the gloves of Boza Edwards right on the chin. I don't understand why Elizando is fighting Boza Edwards from the outside. He must be mystified by the southpaw stance, but he does connect with a right hand on the chin of Boza Edwards. He's insistent on fighting from long range. Who knows? Maybe it'll pay off. Right now, he's got a cut on his left cheekbone, which hasn't reopened as yet.
Let's get out of there. Nice and clean. Leg box. Watch your head.
Rounds 3 and 4 belong to Boza Edwards. Boza with a left hand high on the forehead.
Now let's get out of there.
We like to alert our local stations along the line that at the end of this round, we will take a station break. Unless, of course, there's a major development.
Now let's get out of here. Let's break. Let's break. Okay, box.
We're approaching the halfway mark of this scheduled 10-rounder. So far, the big event in the 4th round, a cut on the left cheekbone of Roberto Elizando in the red trunks. And in his corner, Jackie McCoy's done a pretty good job because that cut has not reopened here in the 5th. Joey Curtis warning both fighters about butts, or as Boza Edwards describes it, head crushers. Elizando retaliated a jab with a countering right hand that hit Boza Edwards on the chin, and now the cut is reopened on the cheekbone of Elizando. He's wiping it away from his left eye with his left glove, and of course that is a big problem. Right hand by Elizando, right uppercut by Boza Edwards. Edwards with a right hook. Edwards with a left hand, but a countering right from Elizando. So Roberto's highly competitive here despite the cut. We'll be back with more of this lightweight fight after this word from our local station. That was inflicted in the 4th round by Boza Edwards, as Jackie McCoy has done a terrific job on the cut. In the 5th, Elizando was highly competitive. Between rounds, we listened in on the corner of Boza Edwards, and they told him to return to the jab. Stop slugging so much with Elizando. Work on the eye. A good left hand by Elizando on the right side of Boza Edwards' face. And you see Boza measuring him and then throwing the straight left, keeping him at bay with the left hand and then scoring with the left hand. That's with the left hand. Roberto let him get away with that. Should have moved sideways and countered. And that is part of Elizando's problem. He is straight up there to be hit. No lateral movement, very few defensive skills. He certainly is game. And now the cut near his left eye has reopened, blood streaming down his face. A right hand lead by Elizando. That's a punch that worked for him early in the fight. He has returned to it, and it is something that is baffling Boza Edwards. Boza with a right-left combination to the head of Elizando. Elizando again with a right hand. Another left-right combination by Boza Edwards. It's been this way since the opening bell. Hardly any clinches at all. A left uppercut and a right uppercut, both delivered by Boza Edwards. Corny just picking him apart with shots to the head as well to the body. Elizando scores with a lead right hand again. But that's all he's doing. He's not following up on those shots. He certainly left his jab at home if he had one. Boza Edwards very purposeful here. He is taking what Elizando is leaving, and that is the ability to hit Elizando with left hands and lead left hand. Two right hooks by Boza Edwards. The first one connected, the second one missed. And now Elizando wants to get closer to him, but he's not having any success. More blood coming from Roberto's face as we head for the bell. Round 7 in Las Vegas is scheduled for 10. Battle of lightweights. Cornelius Boza Edwards in the white has had his way the last 4 rounds since inflicting a cut near the left eye of Roberto Elizando in the red. Jackie McCoy, the trainer for Roberto, has had to work on that cut since the 4th, and most of the time he's done well, stopping the flow of blood. But inevitably, Boza Edwards pecks away and reopens the cut near the end of the round. It's getting late for Elizando. We're in the 7th. And we think, anyway, that Boza Edwards has won the last 4 rounds. Once again, Boza Edwards keeping Elizando away from him. And that is Roberto's strength. And he's doing it with his boxing skill. Look at his jab. Look at that lead left hand. Elizando not only battling Boza Edwards, but battling the flow of blood near his left eye. A right hook by Boza Edwards, and up comes the head of Elizando. Once in a while, Roberto comes up with a tough shot, but it's mostly Boza Edwards. Mickey Duff, the manager of Boza Edwards, very animated in the corner. Mickey Duff, in the last 2 years, has seen 3 of his world champions lose their titles: Alan Minter, Jim Watt, and Maurice Hope. Right now, Boza Edwards, the #1 contender among the super featherweights, and he wants a rematch with Rafael Limon, the man he took the title away from last March, but then he lost the title to Rolando Navarrete in August. Elizando is game. He's starting to get closer to Boza Edwards, but Boza is really doing the scoring. And once again, the cut on the left cheekbone of Elizando reopens. More flow of blood. Therefore, more work for Jackie McCoy in the corner. Straight left hand by Boza Edwards. Right uppercut by Boza Edwards. Another good 3 minutes of work for Corny. We'll be back with round 8. Round 8 in Las Vegas. Boza Edwards piling up the points against Roberto Elizando. Neither fighter has been down. Elizando has been fighting with a cut near his left eye since the 4th round. Back in 1976, Boza Edwards was in Montreal representing Uganda in the Olympics, but the Ugandans boycotted the games because of the presence of the New Zealand team. So the All-African walkout cost him a chance at an Olympic appearance. He probably would have fought Howard Davis, who went on to win a gold medal for the United States. So in his lifetime, he's been denied a shot at participating in the Olympics. As you saw in our up-close and personal report, Boza Edwards had to leave his country at the tender age of 14 because of the terror of Idi Amin. Thanks to Jack Edwards, a tea planter in Uganda, he was able to move to England. Matter of fact, added the name Edwards to his own. Married a British woman, but after childbirth, she died of a kidney disease. He had to overcome that. He's been taking care of his daughter, Michelle. Matter of fact, lives back in England with the grandmother, who lost 2 daughters. Not only the woman who married Corny, but also the other sister. She died of the same kidney ailment. So within 6 months, Boza Edwards lost his wife and his sister-in-law. So his daughter is now with the grandmother. He believes that's the proper way for her to grow up. A lot of sadness in his life. Losing the world title was the least of which. Left hand by Elizando, but notice how Boza Edwards continues to pile up the points. A right hand by Elizando, and that's the one punch that has mystified Boza Edwards in this particular confrontation. Otherwise, he's had his way. But those right-hand leads have found the mark for Roberto. 2 straight jabs, 3 straight jabs, both by Boza Edwards. A right hand by Elizando. Elizando with a left hook. Roberto coming back in this round. A right hook delivered by Boza Edwards, but a left hook delivered by Elizando. response to a right hand by Elizando. Elizando with a right hand. This is a sensational round. Roberto with a right hand. And Boza Edwards here is being suckered into a slugfest. A right hand by Elizando. Another right hand. Elizando's really scoring well on Boza Edwards. It is Boza Edwards who's not moving enough. It is Boza Edwards who's not jabbing enough. And Roberto Elizando with that cut near his left eye, fighting valiantly. Sensational round. The 8th was a war, and Boza Edwards is going to get a stern lecture for not boxing Elizando. Instead, he slugged with him, and he came out second best in that 8th round. Of course, back in the corner of Roberto Elizando, they are working furiously on that cut, as they've been doing since the 4th. Here's some slow motion action from that round. Notice the blood on the left cheekbone of Elizando as he fights back. It's blinding him, but he certainly was accurate in that round. Look at that left hook and that right cross, both by Roberto. Another left hook, another right cross. Boza missing for the first time frequently in this fight. Another angle. Right hand by Elizando. At least Boza Edwards established that he can take a punch, but what a way to prove it. Round 9 scheduled for 10. And let's see if Roberto Elizando can continue his assault. Edwards trying to keep him away with that jab. My, oh my. Boza Edwards took some hard right hands in that 8th round. And he comes back here in the 9th, working with the jab. This is the way he can beat him. What a right hand by Elizando again, and a left uppercut. Boza Edwards is unmarked. That cut high at the left cheekbone of Elizando has been a nuisance since the 4th round. Roberto trying to unload that lead right hand again. Boza Edwards ducked underneath that right hand as it whistled by. Right-left combination by Boza Edwards. Elizando is standing there. He's not attacking, not getting off first. He's got to get off first. Once again, here in the 9th, Boza Edwards has established his jab. Roberto trying to get in there, trying to make it an alley fight. A left hook and a right cross by Elizando. Blood coming out of the mouth of Boza Edwards. Left hook by Elizando. Another left hook by Roberto. A straight left hand by Boza Edwards. On the chin of Elizando. A furious pace, and we're in the 9th. If you're scoring at home, who do you like in this round? Very even. Maybe a shade more to Roberto. A left hook by Elizando. That caught Boza Edwards on the head. Once again, the cut on the left cheekbone of Elizando is reopened, but he is rumbling with Boza Edwards as we head for the bell and then the final 3 minutes, and we'll be right back. And so with a roar here in Las Vegas, we begin the 10th and final round. Roberto Elizando has been fighting valiantly since the 4th round with a cut. There is Rumiko Boza Edwards watching her husband now in the final 3 minutes. Corny was told in his corner by his manager, Mickey Duff, to fight this last round as if he needs it to win. And he is tagged by a right hand on the chin delivered by Elizando. Those lead right hands have haunted Boza Edwards since the first round. He piled up a lot of points in the middle rounds. But Elizando came back in the 8th and the 9th. Neither fighter has tasted the canvas. Elizando's been fighting with that cut since the 4th round.
Break clean. That's it. I want you to break clean. Don't headland fight.
Remember, here in Nevada, they score it by the 10-point must system. 3 judges at ringside will do the judging if it goes the distance. Elizando with the right hand. Boza Edwards now cut over the right eye. And blood is pouring out of his cut. And so the tide changes here as suddenly Roberto has a bit of an edge. He has got Boza Edwards bleeding from the right eye here in the last round. Edwards with a straight left hand to the head. Elizando with a left uppercut. Edwards trying to muscle him off as blood comes out of his right eye. Elizando tagged him with a right hand. They're toe-to-toe as they head for the final bell. We got a little bit less than a half the round to go. The body as we head for the last bell. Elizando should be pecking at that right eye. Big right hand, a right hook delivered by Boza Edwards on the head of Elizando. These fighters are tireless. Less than a minute to go in the fight. Elizando just going for broke, working the body of Boza Edwards. Edwards takes a right hand to the head. Showtime here in Las Vegas. What a treat. A right hand by Boza Edwards. Edwards rattling Elizando. Elizando coming back with his own shots. 30 seconds to go. Elizando almost went down because of a straight left hand. Elizando is fading now suddenly. He's pitched forward, leaning against Boza Edwards. Boza fighting so well with that cut in his right eye, delivers a left hand to the chin. 10 seconds to go. They go the distance. They're both cut. A standing ovation for Cornelius Boza Edwards and Roberto Elizando. What is left now is the arithmetic, and we'll be back with the official decision. We are ready for the official decision, and let's go to Bill Kaplan in the ring.
All right, fight fans, a real great fight. How about a hand for both of these great warriors? And now the decision. We have a unanimous decision. Chuck Minker scores the fight 97-93. Dave Moretti scores the fight 96-94. Hal Miller scores the fight 96-94. All in favor of the winner, Cornelius Boza Edwards.
Boza Edwards sinks to his knees and raises his arms in victory because it was so hard-earned. He piled up his points in the middle round.
All right, for the TV camera.
As far as I was concerned, he was most effective the 3rd through the 7th. Elizando came back in the 8th, 9th, and 10th. Let's give you those cards once again. Hal Miller had it 96-94. Chuck Minker had it 97-93. And Dave Moretti had it 96-94. Roberto Elizando heads back to his dressing room. He fought valiantly. This guy had a cut from the 4th round on. And he certainly rumbled with Boza Edwards. As a matter of fact, inflicted a cut on Boza's right eye in the 10th round. But Corny was tough, and he has joined us here at ringside. Corny, before the fight, you said, I know I'm taking a chance against this fellow because he is very tough, but this is the only way to prepare for a title shot.
Right. I mean, The guy gave me the hardest fight I could record for a 10-round fight. And we were right there toe-to-toe, and this prepares me for the bazooka return fight. And I've been in great shape.
I've got to ask you about those right-hand leads you were tagged a lot with.
Yeah, if you remember last time I fought Bobby Chacon here, he hit me with so many right hands, and he knocked me out in the 9th round. This guy was so that I can get hit easy with the right hands, and he tried everything he knew.
Corny, I know you've got to rush off and mend that right cut. I want to ask you about that sensational 8th round.
That was a war. It was a war.
Short but sweet, and that's what it was. Congratulations, Cornelius Boza Edwards, and we look forward to seeing you back in the ring trying for the championship that you lost last year. And that wraps it up. From Las Vegas, this is Sal.
King of the welterweight, Sugar Ray Leonard, is alive, but his reign is somewhat in limbo. He may not any longer campaign at 147 pounds, that he would like to leave the path clear for Milton McCrory, his Detroit stablemate, who he thinks could win the welterweight title. Certainly also